Well, athletes are inspirations for many. As public figures, they played pivotal roles in the society and left us in grief when they passed away. Some of these legendary athletes includes Kobe Bryant, Muhammad Ali, Dale Earnhardt, and Diego Maradona. And here are their legacies.
Athletes are considered heroes or humanity icons. They inspired many people through their dedication and achievements. However, the public are left with incredible loss as they pass away. Here are the 4 legendary athletes whose deaths are mourned by many. One of the greatest basketball players of all time, Kobe Bryant, was involved in an accident that cost his life. On January the 26th, 2020, a Sikorsky S-76B helicopter crashed in Calabasas City, California. 9 people on board were killed, including Kobe and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. An investigation published by the National Transportation Safety Board said the helicopter was not fitted with a flight data recorder or a cockpit voice recorder. No evidence of drug or alcohol use was found, and the viewable sections of the engines showed no uncontained or catastrophic internal failure as well. Around 200 people gathered at the hill's foot, close to the crash, with many wearing Bryant's jersey and holding basketballs. An impromptu memorial was also held at the Staples Center, the home arena of the team where Bryant played for during his entire 20-year NBA career, from 1996 to 2016, the Los Angeles Lakers. Bryant's 2 retired jerseys, hanging in the rafters of the Staples Center, were illuminated by spotlight. A week after his death, Staples Center staff began to clean up the makeshift memorial outside the arena, but promised to catalog, pack, and ship all non-perishable items to his family. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said, "The NBA family is devastated by the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. For 20 seasons, Kobe showed us what is possible when remarkable talent blends with an absolute devotion to winning. He was one of the most extraordinary players in the history of our game, with accomplishments that are legendary. He will be remembered most for inspiring people around the world to pick up a basketball and compete to the very best of their ability." Muhammad Ali, better known with his iconic phrase, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." Muhammad Ali lived a life worth remembering. A boxing legend, humanitarian icon, and the city's most famous native. Ali's death on June 3, 2016, put Louisville in the international spotlight. World leaders, celebrities, athletes, and admirers of all backgrounds poured into the bluegrass state to pay their respect to a man who had touched their lives. After a 32-year battle with Parkinson's disease, Muhammad Ali passed away at the age of 74. Ali was hospitalized in Scottsdale, Arizona on June 2nd. His death, due to septic shock, was announced the next day, close to midnight, in Louisville. An international outpouring of support for Ali's family sparked as word spread. Boxer Mike Tyson was among the first to respond to the death, posting his condolences on Twitter before 1 a.m. on June 4th. Next up, President Barack Obama, presidential candidate Donald Trump, and other political figures followed. Entertainment figures like Oprah Winfrey and athletes such as Serena Williams and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a fellow Muslim who was in the spotlight around the same as Ali, also sent their condolences. Louisvilleans gathered the morning after his death to mourn as makeshift memorials popped up at the Muhammad Ali Center and elsewhere. On June the 6th, Mayor Greg Fisher announced the city would host an I Am Ali festival on June the 8th to honor the boxing icon. A traditional Islamic janazah, or communal obligation funeral, took place at Freedom Hall on June the 9th, and mourners poured into Louisville, filling the city's roughly 18,000 hotel rooms to near capacity. February the 18th, 2001 is NASCAR's darkest day. It was the moment that the sport lost one of its greatest and revered drivers of all time, Dale Earnhardt. The 7-time NASCAR Cup champion Earnhardt, known as the Fearless Intimidator, died at the age of 49. After his famed number 3 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet Monte Carlo crashed at turn 4 on the last lap of the Daytona 500. His own team's cars, driven by good friend Michael Waltrip and his son Dale Earnhardt Jr., finished 1-2 on a day that should have been filled with great joy. Dale Earnhardt was the master of intimidation in NASCAR racing. He was able to drive a car beyond its limits, and he would either drive past his competitors or move them on his way to the front. In 1987, Earnhardt won 4 consecutive races and won 5 out of 7 races. The nickname Intimidator came about with his famous pass in the grass after spinning Bill Elliott out in the final segment of the Winston, now known as the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race, held at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Last but not least, football player Diego Armando Maradona, or better known as Diego Maradona, died on November the 25th, 2020, at the age of 60. Maradona suffered cardiac arrest and died in his sleep at his home in Dique Lujan, Buenos Aires province. Maradona was an Argentine football player who is generally regarded as the top football player of the 1980s and one of the greatest of all time. Maradona displayed football talent early, and at age 8, he joined Las Chebolitas, or the Little Onions, a boys' team that went on to win 136 consecutive games and a national championship. He scored 2 of the most memorable goals in World Cup history. The first was scored with his hand, where the referee mistakenly thought the ball had struck his head, a goal now remembered as the Hand of God goal. The second occurred after Maradona gained possession of the ball at midfield. He dribbled through a pack of English defenders and passed the keeper before depositing the ball in the goal. Reski Anasto, Anita Putri for See Today.